Welcome to post game. We're not in the pound. We're on the field, right? Because the pound's over there.
Exactly.
All right, and we got to make it quick because it is raining. Cats and dogs?
Yeah. I'm not sure how many dogs to cats. I'm not sure what the ratio is.
All right, so fair enough. Lars, what did we see today in this, what was the final score, 35?
35-30 Arizona State. It was a tale of two halves, to put it mildly. Washington came out.
Well,
The first
see,
half.
there you go. And we talked about this. I'm going to do the human interest, and you're going to give us the... Lars, this was a unique game in terms of no Jimmy Lake as head coach because he was suspended, obviously, until today. And who knows what will happen the next 24 hours. So then you have Bob Gregory as the interim head coach, who's normally the defensive coordinator. And then you have
Junior
Adams, who is now, from now to the end of the season?
Yes.
He
the
is
offensive coordinator.
the offensive coordinator. So, all right, so then what did we see, Lars?
We saw a much more opened up offense compared to what we've seen the first 9 games. Washington was able to get pretty good rhythm in the first couple of drives. They had 2 touchdowns on their opening drives, which has not happened all season. They've had, actually it hasn't happened since 2019, believe it or not.
Nice.
So it's been a while since Washington started the game with 14 points on the board. However, they weren't able to sustain it. They only had a few drives of they had about 70 some odd yards, I think, for the remaining 5 drives in the first half, and the second half wasn't much better. The defense, again, much like the story of the season, has been the defense is on the field more in the second half, and it just piled on.
So, we're done. No, given all of that, which is very... So really, when you take a look at that, did the team take a step forward? I know you said they scored your first 2 drives since 2019. Did you see an improvement?
I did. I saw an improvement. The team played more loose, and we also got to see a new quarterback, a different quarterback, a backup quarterback, possibly one in the future. We got to see Sam Heward get 3 or 4 series, I think. Bob Gregory wasn't even sure how many he had. But the point coming into the game was to get Sam Heward a couple of drives. He did that. The question now remains, what do we do with Sam Heward and Dylan Morris moving forward? Dylan is without question going to be the starter against Colorado. But it could be a thing moving forward into the future where you're getting both guys time to see who wins the job next year. And I think that's going to be the interesting thing for the final 2 games.
So is it, which game does he play in? Or, as you know, we look at the backdrop, you can just see back there the 2 helmets are of the Cougars and the Huskies. So where do you see him playing? Right, he's going to play one more game.
Yep, so the NCAA rule is you can play 4 games while still preserving your red shirt. Sam's now at 3. The expectation is he's not going to play against Colorado. He'll come back for the Apple Cup and play in the 4th game, and that'll be it. If Washington gets to a bowl game, likely it means he wouldn't play, but Washington might not get to a bowl game, so it could be a real interesting 2 weeks.
Is this our expectation? Do you think that Bob Gregory and those guys are really more concerned about, you know, from outsider's perspective, it's all nice and sweet if he plays in the Apple Cup game. But do you... we don't know who the head coach is.
And that's kind of the question that Bob Gregory didn't exactly answer tonight when we said whose decision was it to play Sam Heward. And it was kind of a collective answer. It was, well, the offensive staff thought that. Well, what's the offensive staff going to think the rest of the season in these final 2 games? Likely you're not going to burn Sam's shirt. So he's going to play against Washington State, won't play against Colorado when he gets his 4 games. And the next offensive coordinator for 2022 gets to have a little more tape of both of his quarterbacks. And
he'll have some film in terms of what the ability to see what the guy can do. So we don't know what the next offensive coordinator, we don't know what the next head coach is. We know who the offensive coordinator is now from till the end of the season. We don't know which game Sam Heward will play. We don't even know who the head coach is. What we do know is the Huskies lost to Arizona State today.
That is the only thing we do know for sure, but it's just the first step, as always. And much like a lot of the players said tonight, it's they banded together, they're focusing on one game at a time, and that's all they can do. Against Colorado, it's a new opponent, brand new game plan.
All right, so brand new, the Huskies 2 more games, Colorado, and then, of course, the Apple Cup. Here, we don't know who the next head coach is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There is rumors that there will be some kind of there is no rumor. There will be some kind of an announcement tomorrow because Jimmy Lake's suspension ends today. So tomorrow we will know which directions University of Washington athletic department will go towards the football program, correct?
Correct.
All right. He's Lars Hansen of the Dog Report. I'm Oz Vidamar era of CascadiaSports.net. And this is the Husky Post Game Report.